Hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of Gallery Theater Presents, where we show you what is happening at our favorite local theater downtown, right off of Ford Street, Gallery Theater here in McMinnville. My name is Lance Nuttman, and today I am joined by my friend Mary Smalley Acuff, who is the director of the upcoming production of Almost Maine, which was written by John Cariani and will run January 30th through February 15th. Thank you very much for joining me, Mary.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
So, for those of us that are not familiar with Almost Maine, it's my understanding that this is a very oft-produced show.
Yes.
Can you tell us a little bit about it?
It's one of my favorite shows. My high school did it my senior year, and I fell in love with it. I love that the stories are all, there's a full story arc in each scene as their own, but they're also connected to the other scenes as well. And you'll see like it's this small town, which we can relate to, and how everyone knows each other, and there's all, and the relationships and the connections between people, and there's falling in love, falling out of love, maybe, friendship, all of that kind of stuff. And I think that's something that everyone will really connect to.
And this is a production, this, just to make, is this a one act or a
It's
two act?
It's written in 2 acts.
Oh,
Yes.
okay. Great. So you've got little vignettes, about 10 minutes long each
Yeah,
or so?
Yeah, the whole show runs about 2 hours with the intermission.
Excellent. And this will be in the Arena Theater,
Yes.
the smaller theater, so make sure you get your tickets soon because there are not a lot of seats.
Yes.
And they tend to sell out fast. So as a full production, you've got these nice little snippets of scenes, and I have seen a production of this before. One of the things that struck me about your casting is the fact that you've taken it a different direction than I saw. When I saw it, it was a small group of about 5 or 6 performers, as I remember, and you've got quite a large cast.
Yeah. So it's written where at minimum you can have 4 actors, and they all play about 4 or 5 different roles throughout the whole show. But in total with the whole show, there are 21 characters. So a lot of high schools will do it more with that many people, you know, to be inclusive and include everyone. I kind of met it in the middle at 12. I had about 40 people come out and audition, and I just had such a hard time narrowing it down because so many people did such a great job. So I was like, originally I was thinking 6 to 10, and I ended up with 12 because there were some people I was like, I just can't say no to them. I need them.
That's a great problem to have as a casting director.
Yes, for sure.
So with such a large variety that you have in the scenes, you've got quite a large cast overall. Who is among the cast members?
Yeah, so we have Carter Whitfield, Maggie Elliott, Barbara Curtis, David Bates, some names that we know and some newer names. Then we have Matt Foss, Delaney Sump, Beck Hazel, Sasha Horning, Darian Kindred, Soren Smithrood, Leslie Inman, and new to gallery and new to acting is Zane Downs.
New to acting?
Yes.
Indeed.
Yes.
So we've got some well-known names for the gallery community, but we've also got some new community members as well coming up through this.
Yeah, and one of the things that the show, typically when it's done with the 4 to 6 people, it's normally people around my age, late 20s, early 30s, just because relationship-wise, it just makes sense. But some of the scenes are written to where it feels like these would be older people or these would be younger people. So like I have my youngest cast member is 13. My oldest cast members are in their 60s. So I have this really wide range, but in rehearsals you would think that would be like really like big discrepancy and like people wouldn't really be getting along, but this cast is amazing and they're super tight knit already, even though no one really has scenes with everyone, but everyone is really bonded really well.
That's great.
Yeah.
So you've got a very flexible show,
Yes.
a very versatile show, it sounds like.
Yes.
What are some of the themes of the show? I mean, we've talked about a little bit of it, but what are some of the themes of Almost Maine?
Yeah, I mean, love is the biggest one. Friendship, connection, self-discovery, I think is a really big one. There's a lot of finding themselves, thinking that this is how my life has been, this is what I wanted, and then somebody says something or presents something to you and you think, oh, well maybe I actually do want this. Maybe my life is almost how I want it, but maybe I need to do something else.
That's great.
Yeah.
This sounds like a very well-written script.
It is. It's beautiful.
Yeah, and would you describe it as a feel-good show?
Yes, absolutely. I want people to leave the theater just feeling renewed and joyful. There'll probably be some tears, but hopefully happy tears.
Good tears, yes.
Good tears.
We've had enough of the other tears.
Yes.
We're ready for some good tears.
Yes, absolutely.
What was your first experience with Almost Maine?
So when my high school did it my senior year, I wasn't a part of it, but I went and saw it. And it was just the way it was told, the way that there were the connections and everything. I just kind of fell in love with it, and I've read it and I've seen it a couple more times since then. And I just was really interested in bringing the story because I had ideas that I wanted to bring. And so I put it in for Gallery to direct this year, and it got accepted. And I was just so thrilled. I was so excited to be able to tell this story.
That's great. And is this your first full production directing?
Yes,
okay.
my first full production Maine season show, and I'm opening the year. So just a little bit of pressure, but I'm okay.
You're fine. You directed in previous years. You directed a Reader's Theater production, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, Most Massive Woman Wins. That was 2 Januaries ago, actually, and that was an amazing experience, and I had a great time directing. So I thought I would just try it again, and it had a really good response to it, and everyone really enjoyed it. My dad came and saw it, and he cried, and it was beautiful.
I still remember that show. You did a very good job with that show.
Thank you.
I'm glad you're taking the helm on your first Maine production.
Yes.
So, what are some of as a director, as a technically second-time director, what are some of the joys you get out of directing?
That's a good question. Things that really bring me joy are when an actor really discovers their character. Because we did a lot of table work and a lot of talking of what are your thoughts on the character, are there anything you can connect to it? But sometimes there's just that aha moment where they do something in the scene and you go, yes, that is it. That is exactly, like, I didn't have to tell you what I wanted. You didn't have to verbalize it. You did the thing, and that is exactly what the character would do in this moment. And just seeing them having fun, because that's really the biggest thing, especially about community theater, is we're here to have fun.
Yeah.
It's not that serious, but yeah. And just seeing the cast members being together, because really most of theater isn't even about the performance. It's about everything leading up to it, and it's about the camaraderie and the community between everybody.
And when you have that camaraderie and you have a strong cast that loves each other, that my perception is that definitely reads to the audience.
It does.
They can tell.
Yeah, and all those things come together to make the performance great.
Very much, yeah. So you were telling me that directing isn't all you're doing here.
Yes.
You've taken quite a few of the responsibilities of the show on your own shoulders. Can you tell us about that?
Yes. So I am also lead costuming the show, which a lot of things, because the show doesn't have a specific time that it takes place. It kind of is just here and now, maybe the recent past, maybe the recent future. It's kind of up to the director's vision and interpretation. So a lot of what people are wearing is just their own clothes. So just hey, I want you to wear a vest and a long sleeve shirt with some jeans. Do you have that? So, and that's, as a costumer for other shows, is I want people to be comfortable and I want things to fit. And so wearing their own clothes definitely helps. With that, there are some specific things and some costumes that I think people are really going to get enjoyment out of seeing some people wearing. I'm not going to add more to that, but it'll be quite entertaining the first time. I'm also designing the sound. That's, again, not super complicated there. And then I have a lighting design, but Bridger Hayes Latin and Jason Alexander are the ones who are actually going to be doing the programming, and they have some really cool ideas for some things that I'm really excited about.
That's great. So you're taking this opportunity not only to grow your cast and grow your show, but you are also kind of doing some self-development as well in the theater world with this.
Yeah.
That's great.
Absolutely. Yeah, I've done a lot of things. I've designed sound before, but lights is one thing that I've always been interested in, at least like having some understanding of how it works, because I do think that as a director it is important to have an understanding of the different aspects, even if you don't fully know how to do it all.
It certainly helps to be able to talk techie.
Yes.
Is how I like to say it. You know,
Yeah.
I've always wanted to be a techie deep down inside, and so to learn that language and be able to kind of communicate is very helpful.
Yeah,
very
and knowing what you can do realistically, because I like to have high expectations for how I would like things, but knowing that, you know what, if it doesn't work out, that's okay, the show goes on.
This is always a tough question as well.
Okay.
This is like, you know, asking which one is your favorite pet or your favorite kid. So what's one of your favorite scenes in the show?
That is a really hard one. There is a series of scenes that take place, one in the very beginning. It is the prologue before it goes into scene one. And then at the beginning of Act 2, there's what he calls the interlogue. And then there is the epilogue after the last scene. And they're all in the same timeline as everything. So the prologue, time-wise, takes place before all of the scenes, because then all the scenes take place within the same 10 minutes of time chronologically. And then the epilogue is the after. And so it really helps lend to the story. And those are the scenes that my two younger actors are in. And just seeing kids shine in something that I am very passionate about, and I was about the same age as they are when I first started doing theater. And they're both so sweet, and it's endearing and it's funny, their scenes. And the first one has lines, but in the next two, there's no talking. And so it's just miming and it's just acting, and just seeing our young people really like growing and developing into great actors is amazing.
So is the prologue, the interlogue, and the epilogue the same actors, or are those different? Oh.
Yeah, it's all the same actors.
Oh, that is interesting. God, I can't wait to see that.
Yeah.
So what is the runtime of the show? How long? You said it's a 2-act.
Yeah, 2 acts. Each act is about an hour. So we'll have an hour, then 15-minute intermission, and then another hour.
And here at Gallery, we have a strong tech crew in many different shows, tech team. So who are some of the people on your tech team and your crew?
Yeah, I have some gallery veterans, some really amazing tech people. I have Lily Jones is my stage manager extraordinaire. I'm very excited. She's going to run the sound for the show as well. We've already started incorporating some of that. And she's amazing. She's organized, and I love working with her. And then I have a production assistant, and that is Bridger Hayes-Latin, who's also one of the lighting designers. So he's kind of taken all those hats, and he's been super great. And the two of them and we all work together really well. And there's been things that they've seen that maybe I don't necessarily see, and that they brought up, and I'm very appreciative of that, because sometimes you just can't see everything.
For sure.
And so having people who have a critical eye and understand my vision is great. And then there's something new that I have brought in. I have an intimacy coordinator for my show. Her name is Laura Donner. She just recently moved here from Chicago. And so this is her first time working with something in Oregon. And she has been amazing. And when we say intimacy, it doesn't mean intimacy. There's just some of them, there's like a head on the shoulder, there's some hugging, there is some light kissing in some of the scenes. I still think that it is definitely appropriate for, younger teens. Absolutely. I think it is mostly family friendly. I have 13, 14-year-olds in the show.
Right.
And it's been really helpful to really coordinate and making sure that everyone is comfortable and that no one is doing anything that they don't want to. And so we check in with people constantly and making sure they know, like, hey, this is what we're thinking. Are you comfortable with that? If you're not, that's okay. Just honestly be honest with me, and we will make whatever needs to work. But I think it's been really important, and I've gotten a lot of feedback from the actors that having that resource there has been really helpful.
That is a wonderful, wonderful thing that has been added in recent years to especially community theaters is the intimacy training and consent and touching base with everyone. How did you come across, how did you cross paths with this intimacy coordinator?
So she's worked with Penguin Productions before, and so I had reached out to, well, as an actor, she worked as an actor, and so I reached out to Stephanie Gibbs because she's the one who directed the show when they did it at Penguin, and so I reached out to her and kind of bounced some ideas off saying, you know, how did you handle this? Is this something that like you have somebody or you know how? And she said, I actually have a friend who is moving here in the next couple weeks that is an intimacy coordinator, and I'm sure she would be really interested in that. And so thank you, Stephanie, for connecting us together. And there's been a couple other directors that have already asked Laura asked me about Laura and them having her help with their shows as well.
That's a great asset to have in the community.
Absolutely.
For sure. And so running from January 30th through February 15th, Friday, Saturday evenings with a Sunday matinee for 9 performances, 3 weekends. Checking my calendar, that means for this wonderful show about love and things like that, you have a performance on Valentine's Day, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, we do have a performance on Valentine's Day.
Do you have anything fun planned for that, or?
We've got some stuff being put together, and we've talked with the marketing committee and the board, and we are going to be doing a ticket special. So be on the lookout for that on our social media, which I think people will want to come and see it on that day.
Yeah.
It's a fun show, and it's a show about love. You know, romantic love, platonic love, all that kind of stuff. So it's really fun. I'm really excited. I was really happy actually when I realized that. I was like, oh, we can do some really fun things with that.
Right.
Yeah.
So you've got a show about love, about inclusivity, humanity. It sounds like.
Yeah.
Kind of the best parts of humanity, which is a nice thing to share with people right now.
Yeah. It's a story about people.
Yeah.
That's really what it is. It's just a human story that I think everyone will be able to find something that they relate to in it.
That's great. Is there, I know sometimes at Gallery we do opening night reception sort of thing. Do we have that planned? I know the cookies too are very popular with Modern Cookie.
Yeah, we are working on some fun cookie designs for it to kind of incorporate some of the themes of the show. And we will have an opening and night reception on the 30th after we open with some sweet treats and some drinks. We're also planning on, so it takes place in January in Maine, which is perfect because it's the same time that it's taking place. It's a little colder there than it is here, but we've got some snow incorporated into it. So we're looking into selling Hostess snowballs at our concessions as a little like, hey.
And I think I would be remiss if I did not ask, what's with the title? It's rather an odd title. It has a comma in between, so...
It is. So almost is the place that it takes, that the story is. It's a township in Maine. It's not quite fully a town. It's more of a community. But the show will definitely explain it a little further. But yeah, almost is the essentially the town that they live in. So it's almost Maine. Like we live in McMinnville, Oregon.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very good.
It's interesting. So thank you for asking though. People don't really notice that a lot.
Yeah, I mean you're just gonna have to come to the show to find out. That's all there is to it.
Yep.
So Almost Maine runs from January 30th to February 15th at Gallery Theater. We have 9 performances, 3 weekends for you to catch this show. The evening performances are at 7:30 p.m. And like Mary said, we're going to run about 2 hours with an intermission. And Sunday matinees are at 2 p.m. So make sure you get your tickets. Any of you in the community know Gallery Theater has been putting on some great productions lately, and you just never know when these things are going to sell out. And oftentimes they do. So don't sleep on it. You might want to grab yourself some tickets for your loved ones and make a date night of it. Or just grab some family members and come see a lot of people up on stage really having a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And putting a beautiful story on its feet. Thanks to our director, Mary Smalley Acuff. Thank you so much for joining.
Yeah, thank you again for having me.
Always good talking to you.
You too.
And lastly, I would like to thank you, our viewers, and you, our audiences, for your continued support of Gallery Theater and local theater in the Mid-Willamette Valley. We go up there to have fun and tell beautiful stories, and we would just be up there goofing off if it was not for you and your support and your patronage. So thank you very much for supporting the arts in the Mid-Willamette Valley. Until next time, I'm Lance Nuttman, and we will see you at the theater.